said, oh, hey, he came in and has really been the guy that the Pistons have needed all season long, then he loses credibility because we all know at the beginning of the season he wasn't.
Yeah.
Since then, he has played a lot better. We mentioned it yesterday in regards to when Jeremy Grant went down. Cade Cunningham has come on at that exact same time that Troy Weaver kind of predicted, like, hey, 24, 25, 26 games.
Yeah.
That's right where he started to find some rhythms, find his shot, be more effective behind the arc, and really understanding how his game fits into an NBA style of play.
248-539-9797. They've been preaching the truth, or do you think he's a little out of school there? I don't. I thought he was within his right, number one, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think he's correct in what he said. Cade Cunningham is turning into a really, really good ball player.
Yeah, all-star caliber.
Will be an all-star caliber player. Really good rookie of the year? Probably not. Mobley will probably get it from Cleveland as of now, but it's a long way off. By the way, speaking of draft, see what Jalen Green's doing in Houston? He's been hurt for a while.
Yeah.
And they don't lose now. They've won. They have an unbelievable winning streak, and they're playing better without Jalen. They made that. I don't care what anybody says and what happens. The Pistons made the right pick.
Yeah.
They're taking Cade Cunningham over Jalen Green. Now, you could argue Mobley because he's really good, too.
You could argue it, yeah.
Right.
But I think in the long term, it's going to be kind of a wash in what those two players are for. They're completely different players. But when he says, I don't think he's a guy you build your team around, it's not a slight on Cade Cunningham or the pick, because the Detroit Pistons had the number 1 overall pick. They made the best pick they felt for themselves, for the organization, for the city of Detroit, of the players that were available in last year's draft. And so let me ask you this, and time will bear this out more than we know now, but is there a Kevin Durant in that draft?
Last draft?
Yeah.
No.
So, I mean,
Mobley, because he's 6'11", 7
right.
Shoot, do a lot of things, maybe, but I don't think so.
Is there Steph Curry?
No.
I mean, so you go down the list.
It's still
early. That's what. Yes, it's still early, and like I said, time will bear itself out. But he was the best available at the time, and so it's not a slight on Cade. It's just a statement of fact of what was available for the Pistons to take when they had the number 1 overall.
And what they projects Cade Cunningham to be, which is going to be an all-star type player, which is fine.
I think that's kind of what we all said when he was drafted.
You need all-star players if you're going to get out of this ridiculous abyss that they've been in since the going to work team dissolved.
I just thought this was a little premature for him to say this. I think he's capping Cunningham already. Like I said when he came out, I think he minimally getting an all-star. Well, that's being said, but I do think there's dynamics to him and leadership qualities and intangibles that are just, it's way too early to play this, especially when the regression of Bay and just the situation with the team in general.
Yeah,
I think why would we cap his potential?
Well, I think he's asked about what he thinks of Cade Cunningham. He says, I think he's going to be an all-star type of player, and he's not a guy you build your whole franchise with.
I think that's premature.
It might be.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that Cade Cunningham can't be a franchise player.
He's kind of saying that.
Just because he says it doesn't mean it's fact or true or it's going to happen.
And he says they need other players, which they're going to hopefully get in the next draft.
Well, they've played, 24 games? Yeah. And he's played 20, I think, roughly. And he had a rough start.
And he's playing terrific. I love him.
Well, and you can see the glimpses and flashes here. So I would just, I'd pump your brakes saying something.
I think the leadership is really good. I like him a lot. It's going to be interesting to see who they get in the next draft. I mean, do they go
where they pick and
chances. I mean, I think they're guaranteed, unless crazy happens when they start winning games, you can get a top pick.
Right. might provide an NBA franchise.
By the way, did you see who is going to be a cock?
I did, yes. Spencer
Rattler's a Gamecock.
Yes. Yeah, a couple of guys went from Oklahoma to USC.
Yeah.
Don't you mean? Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he's
How do you know? How do you know, man?
I'm pretty sure it's
Yes.
crazy to say.
You got family in them parts?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does from Oklahoma. So maybe he's not a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's gone to the other USC.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing.
All right, our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Here's Tony Jansen, Show 97 on the tape.
Saturday at noon, the Detroit Pistons host the Houston Rockets at Little Caesars Arena. And Caputo broadcasts live starting at 10 a.m. Get your tickets for every Pistons home game at Pistons.com. Details at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
The Red Wings on a slide. A return home to Detroit helped cure what ailed them.
Into the corner for Fabry, cuts to the right circle, drops it back range to the blue line. Sider spins with a puck, throws it over to Larkin, high slot, shoots the puck, scores! Power play goal, and the Red Wings lead 1-0.
Captain Dylan Larkin in front of the fans, assisted by Lucas Raymond and Moritz Sider. The fans loved that. Ken Cal on the call right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Alex Nedeljkovic was great again, and the Wings got a 2-1 victory over the Islanders to snap their 3-game skid. Hopefully the Wings will have a chance to continue this new streak on Thursday, but their next opponent, the Carolina Hurricanes, just had a game postponed due to a slew of players landing on the COVID list. And speaking of that, no makeup day for the Pistons and Bulls, who didn't play last night for the same reason. In fact, several more NFL teams have been elevated into enhanced COVID protocols, including the Browns and Rams, who have more than half a dozen players missing because of the virus, just like the Lions. Also in the NBA, Steph Curry becoming the three-point king, hitting number 2,974 for his career to surpass Ray Allen on the all-time list. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. Of course, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live in the Jamie Samuelson studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
97 on the ticket. Congratulations, you made it to early National Siren Day, as we used to call it back in the day, right, Gov? It is National Early Signing Day, which basically is taken over from the regular signing day in February, because most mind and decide what to do today. Good morning. Craig Hargrave is here. The Gov, Heather, John. What's happening, everybody?
It's good to see you. Good to be seen.
Dave.
Good morning, Heather. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm good.
And it is National Signing Day, and it's the only wrinkle I see today is the coaching changes. Like, how is that going to affect? Because you've got some of the major programs, Oklahoma, USC, LSU. I mean, you go down to Notre Dame. The coaching changes. How many of those kids that committed to those schools are going to change their minds today? And if they're going to change their minds, are they just going to wait until February?
We've seen some already who've already left Oklahoma, decommitted, and are going to go with Lincoln Riley to USC. The biggest question, and we'll get into this later probably, is how the NIL, name, image, and likeness,
Yes.
affected this, because it is affected big time. If you pay any attention to this, and look, a lot of times, recruiting classes, it sounds good, and then when they get on the field, they don't play as much, so you take that with a grain of salt, but most really good teams have really good recruiting classes.
Yep.
The teams that do the best have the most, quote, 4- and 5-star players. Obviously, player development is important with the 3 stars and 2 stars, but
Got to have the Jimmys and Joes.
yes, you do. And we're finding out with some schools, like the University of Michigan, who we're more familiar with, maybe suffering from NILs at schools like Kentucky and other schools. Texas, for example, for each line.
Yeah. Quinn Ewers, the transfer from Ohio State. There's a lot because it's not just the NIL. It's how the NIL affects the transfer portal.
Right.
The transfer portal itself. There's a lot that we're going to get a chance to dig into. But I'm curious, how was your Wednesday night? Did you catch the Wings game?
That would have been Tuesday night, but yes.
Tuesday night, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, midweek. What the hell?
Trying to get to Friday, eh?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We won't get into that.
Yeah. Just trying to get to Thursday.
Yeah. That was fine. I watched I watched a lot of the Wings, and I was flipping back between that and TNT and the Steph Curry stuff, which was pretty damn cool. The Wings, nice to see them play defense again.
Yeah.
Nedeljkovic played really, really well. 33 saves, and they break their 3-game losing streak by the score of 2-1. Larkin and Rasmussen getting the goals, and they almost blew this game. They led 2-0. Late in the third period, and the Islanders scored about 2.5 minutes left to make it 2-1. And then the Wings were, dumping the puck out, and time was ticking down, and all of a sudden, you're watching, all right, they're going to get a win. Next thing you know, the New York Islanders with a major chance at the end of the game to tie it.
7 seconds to go. Redmond's in good position. Sider rolls it out to the Detroit line. Out feed pass. Here's Pajot making his way in. He shoots the puck in the Deltovich at the horn. It's a glorious clutch save, and the Red Wings win this game 2-1 in regulation.
Great call, Kenny Cal, because he said they seemed in great position. They did. The next thing you know, the Kaiser turns it over. And this guy's coming right on the Deltovich. He makes the save right at the buzzer.
Yeah.
I mean, if they give that goal up and they lose it, that would have been a crushing loss.
It would have been tough, but thank goodness Nedeljkovic was playing every single second of that game.
Yeah. So I mentioned I also watched the Steph Curry game.
Yeah.
And I am one who believes that sometimes New York stuff gets way overblown. And the Knicks are the most overrated franchise in history. But there is something special about Madison Square Garden. Just the buzz in the arena all the time. And the fact that he did it last night was pretty special. In case you missed it, Steph Curry became the NBA's all-time leader in 3-point regular season field goals.
It'd be great.
In New York, and he did it early in the game. He only needed 2 to break it, and he did. That was TNT with BA, Brian Anderson. And the fact that they brought Ray Allen in there, who he passed, and Reggie Miller, who Ray Allen passed, is there. It was pretty damn cool. Yes.
Starting route to 16901 Burgess Street. In 2.2 miles, turn left onto West 14 Mile
I
Road.
watching the dude play.
It's the dumbest thing to be sick of him for.
I know. He has changed the game. And look, are there better players in NBA history? Absolutely. His clutch gene, late in games and playoffs is not very good. But I don't care. He just does things that nobody else was able to do at the pace that he was able to do it. And, like I said, he changed the game. Some people don't think it's a good thing, the way he changed the game. And, you can make good arguments for that, too.
Right, you can make good arguments for that because it changed the game from what we knew growing up. It's completely different now. It's different when the trickle-down effect, when you watch college, when you watch high school. It's completely different. But what I liked last night was that it meant something to Steph Curry. It wasn't just, this is what I do. You could tell by his reaction, and they obviously stopped the game. It was a big deal to a guy like that, you can't help but be happy because you've seen him, you've seen his career, and the fact that he has changed the game. It's a cool scene, wasn't it?
Oh, it really is. And he, like you said, the things he does, look, obviously, when the NBA decided to allow three-point shots, because they did in the ABA, it changed the dynamic of the game, but not the volume and the distance where he shoots from. And I love the way he plays, and I love the way Golden State plays. Yeah, they're sloppy, and there are times where it frustrates the hell out of you. You're sitting there where they'll pass up easy layups and kick it out for a three, and if they miss the three, things like that. But I believe for the most part, especially the way they play basketball the way it was meant to play. Okay, so they don't have a great post-up, but they pass the ball, the movement. That to me is what I grew up with the fundamentals of basketball.
Well, yeah, it takes out one of the key cogs in passing the ball, and that's your center,
Down low,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, down low. And
I feel bad for you because you were center in high school, right?
At the next light, turn left.
You watch, like we talk about Hunter Dickinson, right? And the fact that he has this great awareness of being able to distribute the ball, and that's a local example. You remove that because Golden State doesn't have it. Yes, they move the ball around the edge. That's great. They don't ever dump it inside. When they do get it inside, they kick it back out. That's just one element that they don't have. But to your point,
At the light, turn left onto West 14 Mile Road, then turn right onto Inkster Road.
Game, at least in large part, the way I think it was meant to be played as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. The other thing we need to discuss, and I brought this up yesterday. COVID is just going crazy. It's like back where it was, and especially affected sports. You had 2 NHL games postponed. Last night, the Pistons game, as we know, was postponed. You had 75 players on the COVID list of the National Football League in 2 days. It's ravaging basketball. The Nets, basically, I can't believe they won. It was Kevin Durant and Patty Mills, and then 10 guys off the street. And they were able to beat Toronto. And I don't know.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Inkster Road.
Maybe they can figure out a way. I'm no epidemiologist, where even if you test positive, you don't have symptoms. I don't know. I have no idea. Or if
In 1.4 miles, turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
If you've been vaccinated, I don't know. It's bad, and I'm not blaming anybody. It's ruining stuff. It really is.
Yeah, and we don't necessarily know the exact numbers, so it's really hard for us to make any type of educated statement in regards to how many of the players that, whether it's basketball or football, are vaccinated as opposed to not, that are getting this,
right.
And then how many are symptomatic, asymptomatic.
Right.
The ones that I've heard most of, they show no signs.
Right.
Like they test positive, and after a couple of days they have 2 negative tests, they're back.
Right.
And so what is it that we're even doing? We don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, they obviously do. I mean, this is some random stuff by these commissioners. It's obviously
Some of it is optics.
It's all medical. I mean, they're not going to do anything to damage their product because everything in this world is about money, as we know. Keep guys out and postpone games if there wasn't any medical reason to do it.
Well, yeah, but if they test positive and they're asymptomatic, and
that's why I said
again, it's like, yeah, they don't want to damage their product, but we also need to find a way to live with this. It used to be we would celebrate
At the
guys
next
that
light,
play with the
turn
team.
right.
And I understand the difference of this, so don't blow us up. It's just we've got to find a way to live with it better than we are. And let's just say this: I think we've found a better way so far at this point than we were a year ago.
To live with it, yes.
Yes.
You watch the news and see stories of Michigan in the hospital. Anyway, all right, better news. 248-539-9797 is the telephone number. On the program today, we'll have the Wide 9. Wojo will join us as well. Keep you updated on any
At the light, turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
Siren Day, as we call it here. Heather, I have news next.
Yeah, we're going to talk about something very important. Something very important for this holiday season, because according to some research, a lot of people around the entire country are getting their Christmas cookies all wrong. All wrong.
Basketball fans, celebrate the NBA 75th anniversary on FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now,
Starting route to 16901 Birch Street, make a U-turn.
You get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel now,
In 2.2 miles, take exit 18 beyond to US 24 South and Telegraph Road.
It's something unique to FanDuel, and all you gotta do is look for the SGP icon. You can follow just a single player, stats, point total, rebounds, assists, whatever you want. Money line, take that. Over under points spread, build it however you want. That's why I think everybody should be betting on FanDuel because it's that much fun. Here's a few
In 1.9 miles, take exit 18 beyond to US 24 South and Telegraph Road.
You want to get in the middle of the game and then place a bet, they have that opportunity as well. There's no better place to place a bet than on the NBA than FanDuel. So for yourself, my FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app this afternoon with the chance to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 and make everyone more this NBA season. FanDuel Sportsbook is equal to Park 97 ticket. Must be 21 or older, present in Michigan. First time non money wager only. From Michigan is knowledge level. Strike card expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See chartthesportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling coverage call 1-800-270-7117. Confidential number.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
Numbers are pretty different, Jane. Either I-50 Traffic Center. Overall, not looking too bad on the drive this morning. Pretty clear on most of the area freeways. Up to the problem, though. 696 west on Rio Grande 10. That's where the accident is blocking both of the left lanes as well as both shoulders. Again, there's a little bit of
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
Coming up today, there's construction on 94 westbound from 11 Mile to just before 10 Mile Road. Right lane closure between 1 and 3. Michelle can get this traffic. It's the holiday season, folks, and with actual places to go and people to see this year, you need a connection that'll keep you covered at home and on the go.
Use the right lane to
Luckily,
take exit
Xfinity
18
Internet
beyond to
delivers
US 24
reliable
South
coverage
and
at home.
Telegraph Road.
Xfinity Mobile with nationwide 5G included covers you everywhere else. Plus, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. So the only thing you'll need to worry about,
Long time no see.
is remembering what your friends look like. That's right. How's that hobby number one job you wanted?
Take the exit.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. At Xfinity Mobile, you can save up to $400 a year on wireless over AT&T. Plus, ask how your 5G phone on us. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay at the store bank account. Minutes 12/21/21. Restrictions apply. New connect and customers only. Equipment tax is extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares
In
prices with top
4.2
carriers.
miles,
Xfinity Internet.
turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Now to December 15th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and leave home workouts at home. How is Planet Fitness different from home? Well, our bikes aren't in your bedroom, our treadmills aren't covered in laundry, and our weights aren't in your basements. Leave the gym to us and feel great with tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends December 15th. Planet Fitness, leave the gym to us. Join now for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Participating locations only. See club details.
Hi, this is Bill.
And Tim,
We'd like to take a moment, or actually 30 seconds, to wish you a happy holiday season.
thank you to all our customers for trusting our team at Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
We appreciate all of your business and can't wait to help you with your next vehicle needs. So happy holidays from our families to yours.
Hey, Bill, we should probably do a little business in this ad, right?
Fine, 10. During the Big Finish sales event, you can lease a new 2022 Compass starting at only $299 a month.
Boy, I can't think of a better holiday gift than that. Can you?
Join 97.1 The Ticket Street team at White Horse Lounge in Southgate this Friday from 7 till 9, and you can win a ton of tickets to see the Detroit Lions on December 19th at the Marriott Top Room. Get more info at 97.1theticket.com.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria, touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24, the sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors will use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Heard you're buying a car. I brought my calculator.
Dad, I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly. Instead of all that.
You know those things impact your credit score.
Didn't impact my credit score, Dad. Now I'm going to the dealership for a test drive and to make the purchase.
Sounds too easy.
No, it's just easy. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/auto-navigator.
Millions of people use Zoom Fund, the innovative and feature-rich crowdfund system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. Because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries starting at just $79.99.
Stay in the middle 4 lanes.
Battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Your voice be heard. Call the G Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas. TJ Lang joins the Valenti Show with Rico Fridays at 4 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Games last night over in New York Islanders 2-1. Alex McCullough, 33 saves. Larkin Rasmussen, 3 goals. They are scheduled to play in Carolina tomorrow. The Hurricanes had a few guys with COVID. Their game in Minnesota. Minnesota had a big outbreak last season. So that was about the game tomorrow night. Who's headed to lose?
Well, guys, if you are planning to check out the pictured rocks next year, it's going to cost you. So for the first time ever, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore will begin charging entrance fees starting in March of next year. Plus, they say camping and lighthouse tour fees will also increase, and that's going to start on January 1st. So the National Lakeshore Superintendent said that these new fees will provide much-needed funding for park improvements, and he also added that there was a public comment
Turn left onto
period
Grand
where
River
people could
Avenue.
kind of voice their opinions on these fees, and most people supported the change. So he went on to kind of give some more detail about what these fees would be used for. They would be used for ongoing maintenance of park facilities and new projects that he says will directly enhance the visitor experience. So better trails, better camping facilities, better visitor centers, things like that. So these fees are actually going to be phased in over a 3-year period. So for the next 3 years, the fees are going to increase. So starting on March 1st of 2022, if you're going to go in one person, it's going to be $5. But then over the years, that's going to eventually increase to $15. So the following year, it will go to $10 and then $15. There's also prices for 7-day motorcycle passes, 7-day vehicle passes, things like that. But those fees will just continue to increase slowly over the years.
For someone who's never seen them, for $15.
Absolutely.
Yes, without a doubt. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I would pay anything really to go and experience it. And if it's going to improve things,
And
I'm
preserve
all for
things,
it.
yeah.
Yes,
And
I am.
the question I have, and I don't know if I read far enough, is when you go to register your vehicles, you get your tags, does that cover
1.3 miles.
this
Didn't
fee?
see
Turn
it
right.
because I thought the same thing, John, because we do that every year. We always get the national park, the state park, whatever, the little sticker
Yeah,
for
you
your
pay an
license
extra
plate.
10 or
You pay
20
the
bucks.
extra.
I forget what it is, yeah.
And I didn't see it in the article, but I thought the exact same thing. If that's going to change or not, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
I don't have that answer, but I'd be curious as well because we always get that, without a doubt. So James and Jennifer Crumbly made their first appearance in court on Tuesday after their arraignment and bond
In 1
hearing took
mile,
place on
turn
December
right.
4th. Both of them have been charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and they both had a combined bond set at $1 million. So during this hearing that took place on Tuesday, the judge granted a request by prosecutors and defense lawyers to postpone their preliminary exam until February 8th. So that's when it will really be determined whether they will face trial or not. So that's been bumped to February. And prosecutor Karen McDonald said that she just needs more time to collect all of the evidence from investigators and then have time to share that with the defense team as well.
So what happens. I can't imagine getting off on this.
No.
We will see. We will see. After classes were canceled on Tuesday due to a social media threat targeting the middle school, Oxford Community Schools are reopened for elementary and middle school students today. So according to an alert on the district's website, it says all schools were cleared by law enforcement to safely resume classes Wednesday, December 15th. Now, obviously, the high school, on the other hand, is still closed, and it will likely remain closed past that tentative January 3rd reopening date. So they're adding some increased safety measures really across the district. They're going to add, permanent police presence, trauma counselors in every building. They're going to add safe rooms that are going to be operated by a crisis team. And then they're also going to have those therapy dogs that we talked about last week in each building. And the superintendent, Tim Throne, said that he knows how important it is to get students back into school, but he just says that getting in by January 3rd is probably not that likely. They need a little bit more time to get everything ready to go. These measures that I just mentioned are not going to be there permanently as of yet. They are just going to be there for a period of time, but they didn't say how long those measures would be in place quite yet.
I believe I saw that
At the light,
Oxford High School
use the right
boys
lane to
basketball
take a
team
sharp
won
right
the
turn.
game once.
Oh, did they?
First game of the year.
Good.
Proceed
Good
to
for
the
them.
route.
That's
Yes.
great. Good for them. You guys get ready for some warm,
Turn left onto
windy,
Burgess
rainy
Street.
weather
Then the
this week.
destination is on your
So
right.
you might have some rain right now. I know it was raining when I woke up here. Some light rain and highs in the upper 50s today. So it's going to be a warm one. And then we could get some more really high winds
The
again. In
destination is
fact,
on your right.
wind gusts could exceed
16901
50
Burgess
miles
Street.
per hour. So if you have any loose items out there, watch